I am from How To Taxes, and I'm here to help you prepare your Form 2022-1040 when you are head of household filing status. To be considered head of household filing status, you must be unmarried, paid over half the cost to keep up a home, and have a qualifying child or dependent. In this example, you have a 13-year-old son. At the top of the Form 1040, check the box that you are head of household under the filing status section. Put your name, address, and Social Security number at the top of the form. Under the digital assets section, check the box yes or no as it applies to you. And under the dependents section, enter your son's first and last name, his Social Security number, his relationship to you, and check the box that he qualifies for the child tax credit. On line 1A, put the amount from your Form W-2 box 1. In our example, it is $73,200. Carry that amount down to line 1Z. In our example, you received a Form 1099 INT from your bank with interest income reported of $200. Put that amount on line 2B. Add up all your income and place it on line 9. In our example, it is $73,400. Carry that down to line 11 for your adjusted gross income if you have no adjustments to income. On line 12, put the larger of your standard deduction or your itemized deductions. In our example, the larger is the standard deduction. You can find that amount in the box to the left. Since you are ahead of household filing status, it is $19,400. Carry that amount down to line 14 as you don't have a qualified business income deduction as you don't have a business. Subtract line 14 from line 11 to arrive at $54,000 for your taxable income. We will calculate your tax using the tax tables that begin on page 63 of the Form 1040 instructions. Since your taxable income is at least $54,000 but less than $54,050 and you are ahead of household filing status, it is $6,190. Carry your tax to line 16 and carry it down to line 18. On line 19, we will place your child tax credit, which we will calculate on Schedule 8812. At the top of the form, put your name and Social Security number. On line 1, enter the amount from line 11 of your Form 1040, which is $73,400. Line 2D will be 0, as we don't have any amounts from those forms. On line 3, add lines 1 and 2D to arrive at $73,400. On line 4, enter the number of the qualified children you have under 17, which is 1, times that by 2,000 to arrive at 2,000 on line 5. Lines 6 and 7 will be 0 as you don't have any other dependents. Line 8 will be 2,000 because you'll add lines 5 and 7 together. On line 9, enter 200,000 as instructed. On line 10, subtract line 9 from line 3, which will be 0. Thus, line 11 will be 0. Since the amount on line 8 is more than the amount on line 11, check the box yes and enter $2,000 as you will subtract line 11 from line 8. On line 13, we will enter the amount from the credit limit worksheet A. You can find Credit Limit Worksheet A on page 4 of the Schedule 8812 instructions. On line 1, enter the amount from line 18 of your Form 1040, which is $6,190. Line 2 will be 0 as you don't have any amounts from Schedule 3 or Form 5695. On line 3, subtract line 2 from line 1 to arrive at $6,190. We will not be completing Credit Limit Worksheet B as we don't meet any of the requirements listed, so line 4 will be 0. On line 5, subtract line 4 from line 3 to arrive at $6,190. Carry that amount to Schedule 8812, line 13. On line 14, enter the smaller of line 12 or line 13, which is $2,000. Then carry this amount to your Form 1040, line 19. As you do not have an amount from Schedule 3, line 8, line 20 will be blank. On line 21, add line 19 and 20 together to arrive at 2,000. On line 22, subtract line 21 from line 18 to arrive at 4,190. Carry that down to line 24 as you don't have any other taxes. On line 25A, put the amount of your federal income tax withholding from Form W-2 Box 2. In our example, it is $4,500. Carry that down to line 25D. Enter 0 on line 32 as you don't have any other credits or withholding. On line 33, your total payments would be $4,500. Subtract that amount from line 24 to arrive at $68 for an overpayment. Since you'd want that refunded to you, place that amount on line 35A. If you want it directly deposited into your bank account, enter your routing and account information on line 35B and on line 35D, and check the type of account that you have on line 35C. If you don't want it directly deposited into your bank account, cross off lines 35B and D, and the IRS will send you a check directly. Note that there's a box to the left of line 35A. You would only check this box if you wanted your refund deposited into more than one bank account, so usually this would be left blank. Remember to sign, date, and put your occupation at the bottom of the form. Thank you for watching. I am from How To Taxes. Subscribe for future tax videos.